Magandang Lunes muli sa inyong lahat. March 1, 2021 na. The start of a brand new month. At umiinit na po ang panahon. Malapit na po ang summer. Maganda po ang simula ng Marso dahil dumating na ang unang vaccine delivery sa ating bansa. Kahapon with no less than President Duterte receiving the Sinovac vaccines. Kaya mataas ang PSE natin ngayon, ang PSE index natin. Nagpapasalamat din po ako sa mga subscribers natin at mga viewers sa ating channel. If you like the content, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Ako po si Benji Chidoro, nag-aanyaya na samahan ninyo ako at ating tignan ang pinaka-latest na balita tungkol sa Double Dragon REIT and the results of trading sa ating PSE ngayong araw, March 1, 2021. Dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. Mula sa Philippine Star, PSE OK's DD REIT IPO. The Philippine Stock Exchange Index, the operator of the local bourse, has approved, actually hindi Philippine Stock Exchange Index, the Philippine Stock Exchange has approved the initial public offering of Tycoon Injapsia's DDMP or Double Dragon REIT, the second real estate investment trust to debut in the local bourse. DDMPR, which will be used on the main board of the PSE on March 23, is set to offer up to 5.4 billion secondary common shares at a price of $2.25 per share, with the final offer price to be announced after the company's book building process. The shares to be offered to the public are currently owned by Double Dragon, Benedict Huico, and Teresita Huico. The selling shareholders set aside 594.2 million more shares for over allotment. And then finally, sabi pa dito is that 90% of the profits on the REIT will be given out as cash dividends. And as with all IPOs, 10% of the offer shares will be set aside for LSI or the local small investors using the PSE EC. DDMP REIT is the second REIT in the country following the listing of the Ayala Group's A-REIT last year. Okay, so that's very good for the economy at saka maganda yung timing ni Double Dragon, ano? Dumating na yung vaccines and AstraZeneca is due to be coming next. Okay, so now let's take a look at the PSE index. The PSE index climbed by 1.15% or 78.11. Not much, but it is an increase from last Friday's rebound. But there was net foreign selling at 861.24 million. As for the market activity, 149 companies advanced, 76 declined, while 48 remained unchanged. The all-share index also gained 1.09%, while all the sectoral indices were positive, and the gainers was led by the holding companies at 1.39%. And for the most active stocks in the index, let's review SM, DITO, MBT, BDO, Ali, and then we'll do PHA, SMPH, URC, EMP, and Green. Okay, so let's start with SM. Okay, SM ended flat actually opened at 1025, ended at 1025, but there was a lot. This is the highest market activity in the index today. Volume is 670,000 shares, valued at 684.42 million, and there was market net foreign selling on the stock. So if we'll take a look at our indicators, so flat siya, and it's bearish because the RSI is at 46.51, and our moving averages, the 50 and the 20-day, are above the candlesticks. And so generally bearish to moving sideways, with the support, nearest support is at 800 or 982 to 983. Okay, next is DITO. By the way, guys, if you have stocks in mind that you wish me to review, please comment on the comment box and I will prioritize them. Now, DITO was the second most traded stock today, but it ended in the red, closing 2 points below last Friday's trade. So generally just moving sideways. The green candlestick last Friday was a sign of reversal, but the candlestick today was in the red. So just piercing through the candlestick ang ating mga indicators, but it's still sideways to bullish since our RSI is at 56.82 and our 20-day moving averages is just piercing through the candlestick. So it's just sideways. The general movement is just sideways, with support of the stock is at 1450. So that's our nearest support. And then let's take a look at Metrobank, MBT. MBT, I think, gained. Oh, it had a higher candlestick, but the body is very short. But it's still above our indicators, both the 20, 50, and the 100-day moving averages. Our RSI is also bullish at 61.88. Our candlesticks are above the indicators. The stock is still bullish, with the nearest support at 49.90. Okay, BDO. BDO is another stock which gained. Okay, BDO had a solid green candlestick and the closing price is higher than our 3 moving averages. So it closed at 109.40 or 3.90 pesos higher than the previous close. And it beats all our 3 main indicators. Moving averages, the EMA 20 is at 107.06, EMA 50 at 106, and EMA 100 is at 103. And the stock appears to be bullish now, because last Friday there was a candlestick with volume. The candlestick last Friday, which is a green candlestick, was a sign of reversal, and it was confirmed today on that sign. And the nearest resistance that I see would be at 113.50 to 115. That will be our nearest resistance. There was net foreign buying on the stock at 124 million. Okay, next let's take a look at Ali. Ali is had another bullish run. It had a shorter candlestick than last Friday, but it is now higher than our 3 moving averages. So it ended at 39.85 or 80 centavos higher, and that's 2 pesos, or no, 2.05% increase. So it's well, shall we say bullish to sideways, since our RSI is just above the 50 mark. It's at 53.14, which last Friday was at 46.95. So it's now on a bullish level, and since our closing price for Ayala Land is higher than our 3 moving averages, so I would place the nearest resistance of Ayala Land at dito 41.90 to 42 pesos will be our nearest resistance. So if you have a target price, the nearest target price that I can provide based on our technical analysis would be at 41.90 to 42, the nearest resistance. Next, let's take a look at PHA. Okay, PHA had a red candlestick, although this candlestick is higher than the previous Friday's candlestick, which is a green one. Still, our indicators are below our candlestick, which should indicate a bullish trend. Our RSI also is at 57.87, indicating a bullish trend. The nearest resistance of this stock would be at 328 to 330. So if you have a target price, that would be a good target price to have if you bought at a lower price. But the trend is still upward, so ang suggestion ko is to wait and see first, no? Because if the stock goes higher and pierces through that resistance, then it would be best to wait until prices reach that stage before you decide to sell. But our nearest resistance is at 328 to 330. If you're happy with that price, then go ahead and sell. And then SMPH. Okay, SMPH ended with the red candlestick, 36 pesos and 5 centavos, down 10 centavos from the previous close, moving sideways in general. And the stock is, based on the RSI, it's bearish at 44. Generally, it's moving sideways. So in the meantime, the nearest support would be at 35.30. And if the stock goes further down, 35.30 would be a good place, good level to buy. The nearest resistance would be at, let's see, let's check the nearest resistance. Nandito siya sa 39. 39 to 39.20 would be our nearest resistance. So after SMPH, URC. Okay, URC, Universal Robina, had a red candlestick, although this candlestick appears to be higher. So it ended at 129.10, 1 peso and 40 centavos higher than the previous close, but it ended in the red because the opening price is higher than the closing price. Opened at 129.90 but closed at 129.10. Bearish pa rin tong ang ating RSI at 32. But it was oversold at 29, so still in the oversold area, I would say. So wait for another day, no, or the coming days. Just observe what will happen, because this is already in a cheap level, yung URC. There appeared to be a slight recovery today, but the price of the stock is already cheap based on the RSI. The nearest support, actually, this is a support level already. This is support at, let's check. 125 is the nearest support, but support actually is an area, not an actual point. If it goes down further, the next support level is at 120. Then let's take a look at Emperador, which had been consolidating for a long time. Wow, there is a, ano ito? Looks like a breakout because there's an above average volume. It had an increase of 9.8 35% or 93 centavos, opened at 9.94. The breakout is the highest level since August 2020. That would be about 7 months ago. Tama, no? 7 months ago. So this is definitely a breakout. Now, observe in the coming days, ano? Baka, kasi if the volume will hold, then magpapatuloy yung breakout na yan. Pero pwedeng mangyari kasi dyan is that mag-consolidate muna yung stock at this level. And if there is enough volume, then pwedeng tumuloy siya pataas. So observe in the coming days. Maaring magpahinga lang ng isang araw o maaring bukas tumuloy if volume will permit. So observe muna tayo on the stock, on Emperador. Because this is definitely a breakout. Kasi a very long consolidation would mean a higher, stronger breakout, which is what happened today. Okay, next, green. Malakas din to si green. Yes. Oo, malakas din siya. There was a first breakout here on February 16. Then nagpahinga ng isang araw. Another breakout on February 18, nagpahinga ng 4 na araw. Then another breakout last Friday. Then another higher candle today. Now, this is the highest level already that we have for green. So, just observe. I wouldn't say that you can still buy, but you're taking that risk because this is already at a high level. So, the stock is already overbought. Let's take a look at the DMI. The DMI is 33, meaning there is a trend. Directional movement index of 30 or more would indicate a trend. So, kung ang DMI ay 30 or less, then observe, no? Because there is a possibility that the stock may taper off. Kasi if you take a look at the RSI from here to here, I see a bearish divergence. Yan, slight lang naman. No? There's a slight bearish divergence on the stock, which means that, well, it can probably go higher, but in the short to medium term, it may taper off because a stock cannot go up forever. In the meantime, our indicators are still pointing upwards. So observe nyo itong RSI, no? Kung tumaas pa ito higher than the level on February 18, higher than 79, kung 80, mag-80 yan in the coming days, then probably masusustain pa niya yung momentum of increase in the price. In the meantime, the nearest support for green would be, I would place it here, at 3.98 to 4 pesos nearest support. Yan po ang ating stock market report, March 1, 2021. Thank God it's a Monday. Ito po si Benji Chodoro, nagpapaalala, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. See you again in our next episode. Thank you, God bless, and bye for now.